Okay, guys, this is a quick update on our progress on the California History video game, which may be getting a name change soon. It's been a couple of weeks since I did an update, and I don't remember all the changes. So I'm just going to kind of do a quick playthrough to show what's working. And this is running out of the Unity editor, so it takes a little time here to change scenes. All right, so the main thing we've been working on is getting the tutorial running a lot smoother. And so when you drag the compass rose over the Earth, it stops rotating. That's been there for a while. So if we go into the tutorial, it tells us this is the Earth. If you right-click on it, you can drag it around at will. So I'm right-clicking on the Earth and dragging it around. And then we can say, if you look around the Earth, sometimes it'll see that there are tiny boats called galleons floating by. When a new galleon is spawned into the game, you can give it a name. Look, there's one now. And so we can name the boat. And then it spawns it. And the tutorial is stuck now. You can't go forward because it's waiting for interaction with the game. And it says, when you hover the compass rose over a galleon, it will turn blue. So we could turn it blue. And this lets you know that when you click on it, this lets you know you could click on it to select it. So now it's selected. And once it's selected, you could command it to move by left clicking at any point on the Earth. And so if I left click it, it'll move. One thing we want to fix there, we think it moves way too quickly and you can't see that it actually moved. But now we've gone on to the next part where it's telling us that when navigating the Earth, we use addresses that consist of countries, states, cities, and streets to convey the idea of a place, but not all places on Earth have an address. So to locate a specific point on planet Earth, regardless of address, a system has been devised that divides the Earth into a grid. This system is made up of lines called latitude and longitude. We decided from playtesting that this needs to say next here instead. So if we go to the next screen, it'll go to a different view and say the lines of latitude completely circle the Earth and are called parallels. Latitude lines divide it into degrees from 90 degrees south at the South Pole to 0 degrees and up to 90 degrees north at the North Pole. Again, this should say next here. The latitude line at 0 degrees makes the largest circle around the Earth and is called the equator. The equator divides the Earth into a northern hemisphere and a southern hemisphere. I see divides is spelled wrong. Latitude lines south of the equator are measured in degrees south, where the South Pole is 90 degrees south. And latitude lines north of the equator are measured in degrees north, where the North Pole is 90 degrees. It should say 90 degrees north. And latitude lines are divisible into smaller and fractional grades. The finer grading helps better pinpoint a location on the Earth. Lines of longitude are half circles that start and end at the poles of the Earth, called meridians. They divide the Earth into degrees from 180 to 0 and back to 180 again. 80 again. The longitude meridian at 0 degrees is called the prime meridian, and it is the point on Earth where the sun passes over Greenwich, England at noon. Longitude lines are divisible into smaller and smaller grades. This helps you pinpoint the location on the map. Combine fine divided latitude and longitude lines, and you can precisely find any location on the globe. When we need to find a place on Earth using latitude and longitude, we will receive a set of coordinates, such as the following: 34.423762 north by 118.597069 west, where north stands for north and west stands for west. of the prime meridian. We can then use these numbers along with the grid on the Earth to find Magic Mountain by drawing lines from the equator and the prime meridian to discover where they meet. So that here we could see we've we've highlighted a single point on the Earth that is this longitude and latitude location, and the next thing we could do is it'll create a quest at that point. So it says now navigate your galleon to Magic Mountain. Hint: use left click to highlight. So you could hold down Alt and left click and try and find these points, and then you could move the globe around to see where you're at on your longitude latitude scale. So we will. So we need to be at 34 by minus 118. It's about where we're at there. And then if I left click, it should, yeah, it creates a waypoint there for my galleon, which is on its way. And we could speed up the galleon. And once it arrives, it kind of rotates into position and gives a little success marker. And that's where the game's at today. Thanks for watching. And thanks to Peter Kirkpatrick, who has made the awesome soundtrack that you hear playing, and Saro, who has done the sound effects for the game and some of the stories that we haven't looked at yet, and Spherous, who's made the amazing shaders and the sun that's coming up we see rising now. And I'll put links to their web pages and stuff that where you could find their other amazing work at. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more devlogs.